After the embryo transfer and I was confirmed pregnant with twins, these people abandoned me in the hospital. Ah, it started to feel like they are playing a fast one on me. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's read on. I also reminded them of the 30% that was due. They told me outright that they won't pay me until they have their babies. I threatened to terminate the pregnancy and they asked me to go ahead. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Vanessa and welcome to Tales with Vanessa, where we read out real life stories and experiences of people that have written in on various social media platforms. Remember, the link to these stories would always be in the description box. And without further ado, let's jump right into the read. I'm 28 years old and currently 24 weeks pregnant, my first pregnancy. Late last year, I took a step to becoming a surrogate mom for a couple. I needed money to acquire some online certification and also get an apartment for myself. A friend of mine introduced me to surrogacy. At first, I refused, but when I thought of all the plans I would achieve with the money and how I would be adding joy to a family's life, it consoled me, so I went for it. I reached out to a private facility clinic in Port Harcourt stating my interest. They connected me with a couple whom they said have been trying for kids for years. I spoke with the lady, we bonded, and I stated my requirements. A conducive apartment rented in my name. Okay, so her requirements are: one, a conducive apartment rented in my name for a year. Two, a million naira. Two, 2 million naira free. 30% of the overall money will be given to me on completion of first and second trimester, which is good. And on the day of delivery, the balance of 40% will be paid. Okay. Fourth, 30,000 on the third and 6 months for maternity dresses. These people pleaded with me to accept 40,000 monthly for feeding and promised to make it up with food items. I agreed. I asked for a lawyer to get involved. The couple declined, and so did the hospital. But out of desperation, I went on with it. I shouldn't have. You shouldn't have, really. After the embryo transfer and I was confirmed pregnant with twins, these people abandoned me in the hospital. No accommodation, just 40,000 monthly allowance without food items. I stayed in the hospital for 3 months, which wasn't what we agreed on. Each time I talked about accommodation, they would say they are too busy to get one, and even if they got one, it would be in their name. Ah, it started to feel like they are playing a fast one on me. What if they kicked me out of the apartment after taking their kids? I refused. I also reminded them of the could it be that they do not want to get an apartment for her because maybe she might run away or something? I don't understand. Then why didn't they get a lawyer involved in the first place, at least to make all of this legal? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's read on. I also reminded them of the 30% that was due. They told me outright that they won't pay me until they have their babies. I threatened to terminate the pregnancy and they asked me to go ahead. Oh, that's bad. I was hot. I moved my things from the hospital to my relatives in the village as I didn't have a place to stay. They stopped sending feeding allowance and even cut all forms of communication with me. Are you serious? How? I suffered. I couldn't terminate. My conscience wouldn't let me. Sometimes I would call them to plead for food. I was now the one begging them. I tried to reach the owner of the hospital to explain the situation of things. As soon as I introduced myself, he cut the call on me. I later found out the couple he referred to me are his relatives, so he was acting in their favor. The couple later called, pleaded for an extra 8 weeks that they would sort everything out. I am now 6 months pregnant and still nothing from these people. I am now very, very tired. I want to know if it is within my rights to give the kids out for adoption. I no longer feel safe with the intended parents and the hospital. Why are they refusing to involve a lawyer? That's a good question that I'm sure she knew, but desperation she carried on. I'm scared. Will they even pay me at the end of the day? Can I give the kids when they are born to parents that genuinely want them and would take care of me for the remaining period? Everyone is saying the hospital and intended parents are rich and would intimidate me, but I want to know if I have any rights in this case. I don't want to do anything illegal. Yo, that is the end of this read, and I'm so what's going on? What is going on? Like couples that are looking for children, right? And how can you be this way to someone that is it not supposed to be their own sperm and egg? I'm trying to understand, how does this surrogate thing work? I thought that it is because the woman cannot exactly carry until someone is carrying in her stead. So why is it looking like it is not real? As this is giving another kind of vibe because obviously the baby, the twins that this lady is going to give birth to would not look like her because they are not hers. And they're supposed to be for this couple. So what's their plan? They didn't want a lawyer because they knew they were going to do this nonsense. They didn't want a lawyer because they knew they were going to play this rough play. They knew they were up to something. And what are your thoughts, guys? Let me just read a few comments. Someone said, what if they are not real couple and they are operating a secret baby factory using this method? What if it's the actual clinic that is behind it? Get a lawyer and get the doctor arrested. Like, there's a lot of what if in this case, to be honest. If there are no papers saying you are doing surrogacy, then it might as well be your kid for you to give up for adoption. If you had signed documents saying it's surrogacy, then you are at their mercy. They indeed played a fast one on you. Like, really? Never accept terms out of desperation. No matter how desperate you are, it is never favorable. Never ever. So my last comments here would be um, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I'm willing to contribute a token to help you buy food. Oh, sis, the moment they didn't want to involve a lawyer was definitely an indicator that they are wicked people. I understand the desperation, sis, but 2 million was just so little. I think you should change yourself. That's 2 million naira that can finish over a whatever plans you do have, please do not let them know. Whether you plan to give up the babies for adoption or get a lawyer or go to the police or get any human rights organization involved, please do not let these mean people know. They would outsmart you. And it's true. Feels like feels like this is what they've been doing over the years. They don't look like genuine people. Like they look like they are truly selling babies. Be careful too if they come back pleading and begging. When enemies suddenly become friends with you, he's ready to get at you in a better way. Keep your plans closed to your chest. Keep your plans close to your chest. One thing is sure though, I would ensure that it's a lose lose for us all. They would never see those babies again. Don't reach out to them. You guys, this is the end of this read. What are your thoughts? What do you think? So yeah, till I come your way next time. Bye bye.